What's good? It's your boy Fanon. Welcome back to the channel subscribers. If you're not subscribed, welcome to the channel. And please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release videos and also when we do the live stream. So thank you for everybody for coming. Also, thank everyone who supports through the Super Chat, through the Venmo, through the Patreon. It's much, much appreciated. Thank you for supporting the cause. The subject of this morning's video is something that I have been talking about since the beginning of this channel, and that is the relationship between a promoter and a boxer. And of course, you know, there are some statements that came out over the last couple days. One was with Errol Spence Jr. saying that he's not interested in signing with the promoter. He doesn't want to sign with Eddie Hearn. He doesn't want to sign with Golden Boy Promotions. He doesn't want to sign with Bob Arum because he feels like his career is going well, and that he can't see why he would need one. Right now, he has Showtime that is helping promote his name. That he's getting a lot of, his name is spreading, his fight is growing, his name is growing. So why would he change? Why would he? Basically, his argument is why would I fix what's not broken? And then De La Hoya comes back and says that, you know, Errol Spence doesn't need to, don't believe what his experience is, believe what De La Hoya is telling him, which is you do need a promoter. And that the reason that you're not making $10, $15 million about, and you're just making a few million about, is because you don't have a promoter to push you to get you to that level. Right? That's the essence of it. Now, I'm going to go through that in some detail, but here's my thing. Many people, there are things besides the money associated with being your own promoter that can help you. The fact that you can't get frozen out by a promoter. The fact that you are like, you know, many other people who have an American, you know, the quote unquote American dream, one of the American dreams, or one of the dreams of many people is to own your own business. And a person that does not need to go to work for somebody else and works for themselves will always have the peace of mind that knows as long as they go out and take care of their business, that they're going to reap the rewards of their action. There are more examples of boxers being frozen out and prevented from competing because of promoters than there are guys that have gotten to the $15, $20, $30 million payday threshold because they were with a promoter. And quite honestly, there's not that many that have done that. And definitely not that many done with Oscar De La Hoya or Top Rank or Eddie Hearn. They, and my stance on it is that it's the boxer that makes the promoter. It's not the promoter that makes the boxer. The reason people buy products most of the time and continue to buy products and fall in love with products is because the products work, because they enjoy it. They buy sodas because they might get, the soda might get noticed because there's an advertising agency that lets you know that it exists, but you will not continue to buy it if it doesn't taste good. It will flounder and sales will stagnate. Sort of like Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez, his stock is not rising under Oscar De La Hoya. It's plateaued. And quite honestly, it plateaued when he moved to Showtime. And many of them, when he moved from Showtime to HBO. And the real reason, in my opinion, that Canelo Alvarez got to where Canelo Alvarez was, and the reason that even Oscar De La Hoya was able to get to where Golden Boy Promotions was, in large part, was due to one boxer who was self-promoted, who partnered with them, in Floyd Mayweather Jr. And sometimes there are things called lightning in a bottle, where you just happen to have somebody who at a certain stage in their career doesn't need promoting, and then the promoter attaches his name, takes care of whatever the day-to-day business of it is, and the promoter comes up. I've never heard of anybody of a promoter that doesn't have a boxer. Promoters can't do their jobs without the boxer. The subject matter of it is the boxer. It's not the promoter. And I don't see why Errol Spence Jr. would need Oscar De La Hoya. Who does Oscar De La Hoya have? Right now, let's throw out the top dog, Canelo Alvarez, and go through Oscar De La Hoya's fighters. And Oscar De La Hoya has been in business for at least 10 years. So let's see who Oscar De La Hoya has and how many guys making 10, 15, $20 million are under his promotional banner. You have Canelo Alvarez. That's one. You have Ray Vargas. I don't think he is. Alberto Machado. No. Jesus Rojas. No. Lucas Matisse. No. Yeah, I'm looking for these guys that are making all this money under De La Hoya. Okay. Lamont Roach Jr. No. Diego De La Hoya. No. Yamaguchi Falco. No. David Lemieux. Hey, he probably is making $1 million about. Couple million. He might, because he's up there when he fights in Montreal. I bet he does make some good money. 15, 20, no, but that's a no. Oscar Negretti, safe to say, no. Let's continue to go through this. Let's see the minimum weight boxers that signed with him. Cecilia Estrada, no. Marlena Esprada, no. Joshua Franco, no. Randy Caballero, no. Ronnie Rios, no. Emilio Sanchez, no. I think I might have already said Ray Vargas, no. He has no. What is this? Oh, Shabransky, no. Demetrius Ballard, no. Nico Valdez, no. Where are all these guys? Where are all that? You have one. Oscar De La Hoya has one. One guy doing that. Nobody else under Golden Boy that I can see that is with Golden Boy makes as much money as, let me see the other self-promoted guys that make more money than all but one person who is promoted by Oscar De La Hoya. Sean Porter, Adrian Bronner, Deontay Wilder, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, Gervonta Davis, Errol Spence Jr. Those are 7 guys that make more money than everybody on Golden Boy's roster. 7 of them. Now, if you were going to take a chance, are you going to figure that you're going to be the 1 in a million guy that Oscar De La Hoya can make 15, 20 million dollars on? You're going to put your career in his hands? The guy that lost his entire roster because he was asleep at the wheel? Let's go through Eddie Hearn and Eddie Hearn's stable. And let's see how many people on Eddie Hearn's stable. Like I said, you take away the one guy that he has, and let's see if he has more than one. I think this is what? Matchroom Boxing, right? There's a few over there with Eddie Hearn that make some good money. I believe, obviously, Anthony Joshua. I think Dillian White. I don't quite think he's maybe he's $1 million pound fighter. He did duck out of that $350,000 fight for the purse bid Eddie Hearn lost. But, my understanding is there's some guys that have made some good money over there with Eddie Hearn. It seems like Eddie Hearn with the zone is in a situation to get some guys, some lower level fighters, some, more money than they would typically get. And I don't necessarily believe that. Now, here's the thing. I don't think that for everybody that it's a scenario where promoters don't do any good. I don't think that's the case at all. I think especially for when you have guys that are coming up early in their career. When you have guys that are coming up earlier in their career, they need somebody to match them up with other prospects to help them build their career, not just build their name, but build their skill set. And when you have a promoter that is organizing a boxing card to get a consistent, series of bouts, I think that's important for a young boxer, a young up and coming boxer. But when you have guys like Errol Spence is already an established commodity. And the thing that's going to get Errol Spence Jr., in my opinion, to the next level is not going to be the promoter. It's going to be the people that he faces. It's going to be the other boxers. It's going to be whether or not he's going to be able to face Keith Thurman, whether or not he's going to be able to face Danny Garcia, whether or not he's going to be able to face Terrence Crawford, right? If he moved up, whether or not he'd be able to face, Canelo Alvarez down the road. Those are the things that are going to get him to that level of where somebody would think that it was worth paying $100 to see him fight. Where his name is, and that's how that happens. If you look at everybody else that did it, that got to that level of making 10, 12, $15 million, that stuff has happened with the exception of Anthony Joshua. And I don't believe the money coming out of what they're saying he makes, but his big payday came when he got in there with Vladimir Klitschko, right? That's a big pay-per-view event in the UK. He got it was the first time he made over 10 million. He went from making $2-3 million a bout to making 15 million, right? I think he was 13 million pounds. That might be 6. I think that's what was rumored that he got. But just say, okay, give him $15 million for that. He fought pay-per-view with Vladimir Klitschko. He brought Klitschko to the table. Same thing with Floyd Mayweather Jr. Floyd Mayweather Jr. fought under a promoter for years, didn't make anywhere near that amount of money until he started consistently beating other people who were considered great boxers. He wasn't a pay-per-view. Jose Luis Castillo wasn't on probably one of the best bouts he's ever taken part of in his career. Wasn't a pay-per-view bout, I don't believe. No, matter of fact, I know it wasn't because Gotti was the first time he got on there. But he'd already went through Gennaro Hernandez, Chico Corrales, Diego Corrales, Jose Luis Castillo. He had already went through those. He'd already won belts in a couple divisions. And his name was already there. And then he got in there with Gotti. And when he beat Gotti and Gotti did good numbers, then it was like, okay, now he fought De La Hoya. When he fought De La Hoya, his numbers got bigger. And then he fought other guys. Then it was like, okay, people don't like him, but they know who he is. Then they paid to see him lose. And he made that money. But it was the boxers that he fought that got the money for him. It wasn't the guy that was selling it. Because if it was the guy that was selling it, he would have never, his money would have went down when he left Bob Arum. Same thing for Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya, I thought he lost the Pernell Whitaker bout, but look, he had 2 fights with Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. He fought Shane Mosley. He fought Tito Trinidad. He fought Bernard Hopkins. He fought Floyd Mayweather. He fought Manny Pacquiao. All of these guys were people that people wanted to see fight. And it was because of the fights it was because of the other people that he fought that people were willing to pay that money. It wasn't because of who the guy that had negotiated the deal with the stadium. It's not because of the guy that negotiated, what the pay cut was going to be for the undercards. It was about the boxers. Because that's who people care about. That's why people pay their money. Boxers, there are no promoters without boxers. And once a boxer gets to a certain level, they don't need a promoter. If Muhammad Ali there's another case of it. Who was Muhammad Ali's promoter The answer was whoever he felt like it was. Whoever he wanted to promote him when he felt like it. If he wanted to go with Bob, if he in this early part of his career, his promoter was wherever the local whatever the local place was that he fought. If he fought in LA, it was that promoter that promoted the event. If he fought in the UK, it was that promoter that managed that. When he fought against George Foreman, it was, I think when he fought against he might have been Errol and Top Rank, which by the way he founded with the Nation of Islam, not Bob Arum. Bob Arum was a lawyer for them and a partner. Ali made Top Rank. A boxer made Top Rank. A boxer made Golden Boy Promotions. And quite honestly, a boxer is making Matchroom Boxing right now. So why should Errol Spence, who's already gaining traction, why does he need to go backwards and sign and jump up in somebody's stable? Just the argument just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, there's not too much more to be said on that. And with that, I'm out. Peace.